I'm AC Brown, and you're listening to Is My Aura on Straight, a podcast designed to help you start living from your core instead of your conditioning. Each week, we'll have deep conversations that will help you create a powerful transformation that shifts your perspective in life, love, and business, with topics ranging from spiritual self-development, human design, astrology, metaphysics, and everything in between. Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Is My Aura on Straight. I am your host, AC Brown. I am your psychic channel and spiritual confidant, and thank you for listening to another episode of Is My Aura on Straight. Today, we are talking about emotions. As you can see from the title of the podcast, manifesting your emotions. And you're probably like, what the hell, AC? What do you mean? And the reason why I wanted to talk about this, because, you know, we all get into this manifestation kind of rabbit hole of how to manifest, thoughts become things, all of this stuff. And we don't sometimes understand some of the root parts of why the things that are not coming into our life are not there. We don't get that sometimes, to connect the dots, you really need more dots, if that makes any sense. So I wanted to talk about your emotions and why they are the key to manifesting your life. How you feel dictates what you see in your reality. That is a huge thing. So let me say that again. How you feel dictates what's in your reality. It dictates what how you feel about what you don't have, what you want to have, what, you do have, all of these things. Your emotions are really your guiding light to kind of bringing the things in that you desire. You'll hear all the time, like attracts like, and really what it is energy attracts energy. That's what you're attracting, is another energy, is another the alignment. You are aligning yourself really to be a receiver of what you're desiring. And that has a lot to do with how you feel about what you want, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about what you need, etc. So as we're, talking about this through this lens of emotions and manifesting, understand that if you are not managing your emotions, you are probably having a hard time attracting your desires, attracting what you want in your life, all of those things. So, what you want to do is, I have 5 steps or 5 ways for you to deal with your emotions while manifesting. And I wanted to use this episode to kind of set us up for the other episodes after this. And you'll understand. So this episode might be a little bit shorter, but I want you to kind of understand these steps as you're manifesting, as you're tapping into your emotions more, as you're kind of getting clear on that. So let's talk about the 5 ways to deal with your emotions while manifesting. So number 1, you have to clear up your energetic feelings. And this can be challenging. And some people are like, what do you mean, my energetic feelings? Those things from your past, from your childhood, the trauma that you've been dealing with, any ancestral kind of energy that you're carrying for you, your family, all of that stuff. You have to clear up your energetic feelings. So what are the things that are blocking you emotionally from receiving, from manifesting? What don't you believe about the things that you desire? We'll talk about money because that's what everybody always goes to. Money, money, money. Nothing bad with that, but you have to get to the root of money. So for me, money equals security. For other people, money might equal status. Money might equal happiness. Money might equal joy. So that's the root of that emotion. So you have to clear up that energetic feeling around what's blocking you emotionally. So what's blocking me emotionally and why I want to manifest money so I can feel secure. So if it's joy for you, what's blocking you emotionally to where you want to manifest money so you can feel joy. And so That's the first thing. You want to clear up your energetic feelings. What are the things that are blocking you emotionally? And many times, some of us might not understand what that is. And you can work that out through therapy, through a coach, a mindset coach, or someone who can help you energetically see what's blocking those feelings for you to receive. Why are you having trouble receiving? What level are you comfortable receiving? That's another big thing when we talk about manifesting and manifesting your emotions. You're really manifesting the level that you are comfortable at receiving. It's not about that the universe is playing games with you. Why haven't they sent you $1 million and all of this stuff? Are you comfortable receiving that? Do you feel worth receiving that? How does that make you feel? So you want to figure out first, what are the things blocking you emotionally? Clearing up that energetic feeling for yourself. The second thing you want to do, which this involves human design, is you want to get clear and you want to understand your variables with human design. And if you look at your human design chart, and you'll see a set of 2 black arrows on the right hand side, and then see 2 red arrows on the left hand side. On the right hand side, there's a top arrow and there's a bottom arrow. The bottom arrow on the right hand side, you want to see if it's pointing left or if it's pointing right. And the reason why this is part of the steps is getting clear is because you want to see if you are a non-specific manifester or a specific manifester. So if you are non-specific, the arrow there, that bottom black arrow, would be pointing to the right. If you are a specific manifester in the law of attraction sense, it would be pointing to the left. Why is this important? It is because since we were talking about emotions and manifesting through your emotions, how you feel about receiving money, how you feel about if you deserve it. And I'm just using money as the example because everyone goes to money. And you want to see if you are non-specific or specific in doing so. If you are non-specific, your feelings are really kind of an unattached way of manifesting. You are manifesting money or things or abundance in an abstract way. It is a very kind of overview type of way. If you are a specific manifestor, you need to get specific around those dollar amounts, a specific around those things, and you need to manage those emotions while you're manifesting in the specific manner of them or the non-specific manner. The third thing is that you need to get closer to your connection. That's the third thing. And what I mean by connection, do you have a relationship with spirit or God or whatever you want to call her? Goddess, God, whoever it is, the universe, spirit, source, whatever. Do you have a relationship with spirit or God? Are you asking for what you want? So step 3, when we talk about dealing with your emotions and manifesting, we are in connection and our emotions, we have a relationship with source. We have a relationship with spirit. We have a relationship with God. And how is that relationship? And what I mean by that, just like how you operate in a regular relationship with your significant other, do you communicate properly with God, with spirit, with source? Are you actually asking for what you want, or are you assuming that God is the one who's going to tell you that this is what you want? We have a misconception that, if God wanted me to have it, I would have it. That is correct. But God also wants you to ask and communicate with her about what you desire. So you can ask God, spirit, source, listen, I need you to show up and show out and let me know that I'm on the right path. This is what I'm trying to bring in. Make it appear. You need, and not so demanding, but having a relationship, having an open communication. So if you are someone who needs to be in therapy with God or source or spirit, then that's what you do. You have to start communicating, because once we start communicating, that's when things change. So we have to get closer to our connection to source, to spirit, to whatever, when it comes to manifesting our emotions or manifesting through our emotions, because the relationship that we have with source, with spirit, is just as important as as the desire, that source, spirit, God, universe put in our hearts. So God, source, spirit puts those desires in our hearts, gives us those visions, those inclinations of, okay, you're going to be this, or you should think about this. But also God knows that we don't have the answers. So we need to communicate and say, I need the next steps. Can you help me with this? Instead of just assuming that we're going to figure it out on our own. Okay. That's the worst thing that you can do. So that's the third step, is having a closer connection to source, to spirit, to your relationship with God, with source, with spirit. The fourth thing that you can do for manifesting your emotions is you have to release the tension around your manifestation. Some of us hold that thing so tight, and we don't leave room for other magical things or other serendipitous things to happen in the process. We might actually just desire, you want to, get something, whether it's money or whatever it is. And we are so hell bent on just having that thing right then and there that we don't make room in our minds saying that, oh, maybe we can get something better. So the fourth thing is to release the tension around your manifestation. Release the tension around your manifesting practices, is to always, and I've learned this, to say, hey, I would like this or something better. And it's not that you are unappreciative or that you don't appreciate what comes or how it will come. It's more that you are being open to the how, because we get so caught up in the how and how it's going to happen. And we don't understand that sometimes that how is something super miraculous that we never could imagine. But if your mind is so hell bent and so focused on the way you want it to happen, then that's why it's taking so long. So releasing the tension around your manifesting is the fourth step. Now, the fifth step is one that many, I don't want to say many manifesting people don't talk about, but we undervalue it. So you have this. So let's, go back. God, spirit, source places this vision in your mind, sends you this download, sends you this idea, tells you, no, you're going to be this person. You're going to be this phenomenal human being on the planet helping people. Right. And then you are like, okay, help me do that. Okay. Show me the way. Let's communicate, all of that stuff. And then the fifth, then you got to release the tension around it. Then that fifth step is you need to work towards your desires without expectation. Now, I know you're like, what do you mean without hold on, AC, without expectation? You just told me I need to rely on source and have them show up. Yes, but then you also need to work towards that desire without expectation, because without the expectation, that's where the magic really happens. That's where the magic is offered to you of, here's what you desire. I see you working. I see you moving towards it. Now it's easier for you to receive it. Now the emotion behind it is about you aligning yourself really to receive what you're asking for. It's not that it's not going to happen. It's that you're aligning yourself to receive what you're asking for. So when we talk about manifesting your emotions and from an emotional space, is what we are really doing, like I said, is we are aligning ourselves to receive it. So imagine if you were driving down the road. I like using, analogies for the parkway or, for the highway. And you are trying to get to an exit and you're on the other side near the divider. You cannot possibly get to that exit faster, or you might miss the exit. But if you take the time and see further ahead and say, oh, okay, this is what I want. This is the exit that I'm going to. I need to move my car over so that I can align with that lane. So when the exit comes up, it is easy for me to exit. And many of us are not doing that. So when we talk about working towards your desires without expectation, we are aligning ourselves, doing the actions, the steps, doing, whether it's consistency for you, whether it's showing up for you. We are aligning with saying, okay, source, spirit, God, I'm in alignment with this. I'm doing the steps. Now, this is not a guarantee that it's going to come the way you want it to come. It might be the way that it's just different, and we have to be open to that. And I'll give you an example. There was this makeup artist way back in the, not way back in the day, I will say the 90s or the early 2000s that I forgot her name, and she had a makeup product, and she had classes and courses, all of that stuff. And she talked about how her initial kind of goal when she moved to California was to be an actress. So she was like, well, how can I get on set with people? That was her goal, to be an actress. That's all she wanted to be. But she was like, well, how can I get on set so I can meet producers, so I can meet casting directors, all of these things. And so she started doing makeup to be on set. Okay. And because she, in her mind, was like, oh, I want to be in this industry as an actress, as an actor. I want to do this. And through her being on set, she started doing makeup. And then she started seeing, a little bit of different things with makeup that weren't working for her. And then she started, getting really good at makeup. And then she started getting hired for a lot of makeup for big jobs. And then she was like, wait a minute, maybe this is what it means for me to be an actor or working with actors. But in order for her to receive that alignment, because she wound up making millions of dollars through, her whatever makeup she was doing and all of that stuff. And if she was just set on being an actress and not releasing the tension around her manifestation or working towards it without expectation, she would have never been the makeup artist with the makeup line and making millions of dollars. If she was just like, nope, I just want to be an actor. I'm just here to see how y'all going to teach me how to be an actor so I can meet people. But she was open. She released that tension around it. And then she also worked towards her desires without any expectation. And it led her down a different path. So when we're talking about this, we have to be many things, but we have to look at it from an emotional standpoint, from an emotional place. So just going over the 5 ways to deal with your emotions while manifesting. Number 1, clear up those energetic feelings. What's blocking you emotionally? Number 2, get clear. Are you non-specific or specific in human design? That matters. Number 3, get closer to your connection to source, to spirit, to God, whatever it is, and start having conversations, start having a relationship, start asking for what you want. And number 4, release the tension around your manifestations. Don't have any stronghold or be hell bent on one goal that you have in mind, because there might be something better. And also ask for something better. If you are thinking small, because 9 times out of 10, we are thinking small when we're asking for things. And we are, and source, universe is like, I got something better in store. But if you want just this, then that's cool. I'm going to give it to you. Or, or it might be slowed down. And then the 5th thing is work towards those desires without expectations. Because once you release that tension and once you're open, all you're doing is working towards that alignment to receive what you want. You are getting into alignment to receive what you desire. You are getting in that lane so you can exit easily and you won't miss it. And that's how you manifest your emotions and how you manifest through your emotions. So next week, the podcast, you're going to need to know, because we're going to be talking about some things regarding your moon sign. So, and I'm giving you a heads up about this because they're going to be longer episodes, but you need to know your moon sign, and you also need to know, I'll put this in the show notes, for next week's episode, you're also going to need to know the moon phase of when you were born. So that's going to be important. So until next time, I want you all to just keep this in mind and reevaluate what you want, what you desire, what you heard you should have, all of this stuff, and go through these steps and get into alignment. And, make sure you all are having an amazing, amazing, amazing day filled with good vibes and great energy. And remember, don't let anybody fuck with you. Okay? Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to another episode of Is My Aura on Straight? This podcast was produced by Callie Green and edited by Adam Ross. If you loved this episode, please make sure you subscribe and leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Until next time, bye-bye.